exam. That's true.
Yeah, no homework, no exam. You just come and
Learn.
yeah, just here.
Yep.
Have no homework. I know it will be relieving, right? Many devotee will feel relief. Yeah, and when I'm doing something, the impression goes that it might be exam, but this is not. That's
Definitely.
very yeah.
No, I was getting question from the some other devotee. That's the reason.
No, thank you for asking. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiret Nastprayesu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastaki He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कंचना गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैवश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त विंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 नाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय संबल भक्त विंद की जय इसका फाउंडर आचार्य जी वांगे साहब प्रभुपाद की जय हरे कृष्णा so thank you all for coming and today we are going to talk what is the Mangla Charan and I have given a presentation on this topic in the beginning of Nectar of Devotion class. So I am hoping that many of you would know, and I'm going to ask you, what does it mean by Vastu Nirdesh? It's important that we know these terms because next verse is going to use some of these terms. So we need to know what is the meaning of that particular term. So the verse goes like that. Sei mangala charana haya trivida prakara vasatu nirdesa asirvada namaskara. That's the meter of Chaitanya Charitamrita verse. Sei mangala charana haya trivida prakara vastu nirdesa asirvada namaskara. One of the thing also that we have to do and I'll be talking about that in the next course that we start. We have to chant the prayers in right meters. Okay, the meter that was used by our acharyas. Okay, the meter that is used by Brahmada Gaura Sampradaya Acharya. The way sometimes people sing particular verse, I can tell from where it's coming. I don't tell because people will feel, oh, Ramacharya Prabhu is being this and that. But we should not. I'm humbly requesting you. That's one of the things. We are just a servant. Exactly follow the footstep. Exactly follow the footstep as given by our acharya, and your life will be perfect. Okay. So we don't chant the verse like Alpswar and Dirghaswar and Mahaswar. Alpran and Mahapran and Ha Ha Ha, and we are not the Gyani. We are Bhakti Yogi. So it's very very important that Bhagavatam verse Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the scale. That is how we chant the Bhagavatam verse. So Mangla Charan we do before we start any classes or yagya or kirtan or any occasion that need that needs or there is need for us to connect with higher intelligence. So we have the intelligence. But when we are looking to connect with higher intelligence, then we recite Manglacharan. Now, are we tapping into higher intelligence, most of the time I'm not talking. I cannot talk. What expertise I have? Krishna will make us talk. So Prabhupada himself, multiple times or many times, he was seen reading his own books, the books that are written by him. And then devotee would ask Prabhupada, you wrote it. Why you are reading? You know already. Prabhupada said that no, Krishna made me write. Okay. So that's called tapping into higher intelligence. It seems like that we are the doer, but in reality, the work is done by Krishna. Same thing in our personal life too. Each and everything that we are doing, it's being done by higher power. So there are two energies of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahamaya and Yogmaya. The entire material creation who have not taken the shelter of Lord Vishnu are under Mahamaya. And the one who have taken the shelter of Vishnu, Krishna, Ram, any form of Lord Vishnu, they are under Yogmaya. So people who are under Mahamaya, Sukha Pravriti, Dukha Nivriti, their intelligence is their intelligence. They will do every types of things for their happiness, not thinking about the pain that other living entities are going through. But when we are in the shelter of Yog Maya, then Paradukha Dukhi, we are sad and we are unhappy. I don't know who is calling me. Some devotee is trying to get hold of me. I'll call him later. So that's how it is. So Mangala Charan is invoking the auspiciousness. We pray, we invoke that there should be all auspicious moment. And it has three elements. Vastu Nirdesh, Asirvad, and Namaskar. So Vastu Nirdesh is very, very important term that we have to know. What is the objective? So what is the objective of everything that we are doing? Anybody can tell what is the objective of everything that we do?
Krishna Prema Prabhuji.
Yeah, knowing Krishna. Okay. So Vastu Nirdesh. That's the that's the that's the main objective. Objective is that we receive the mercy of Krishna. And then junior is praying to senior, right? Such as we do our offering to our spiritual master, or our spiritual master is doing to Srila Prabhupada, or they are doing to Prabhupada is doing to his spiritual master, like that. Finally, it goes to uh, Krishna. So Namaskar is basically offering obeisances. So Mangalacharan, we offer obeisances, right? When we are saying Manjgal Bhatarivasa Kripa Sindhuve Evasa Patitanam Pavaneve Vaishnave Namo Nama Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namne. We are praying, we are doing the namaskar. And while we are doing the namaskar, we are seeking the benediction from Srila Prabhupada when we say Namo Vishnu Padaya, or when we are chanting Vanchkalpataru Vyasa, we are seeking the benediction from that person. So Asirvad is there, Namaskar is there. Finally, we need both, both blessings and obeisances to understand the subject. And then finally we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's very important. As a devotee, when we start giving the class, you don't start, reading Bhagavatam verse and start, talking. So there is a standard protocol. If you look at how Prabhupada would give class, first thing, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times. Then Bhagavatam verse, Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotmam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiret Nasprayasya Bhadre Sunityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastaki. Then after that, if you have any other verses that is talking about Krishna, you talk about that verse, you chant that verse, and then you get into the particular verse that you have to read at that day. 3 times you read that verse, ask other devotees to read, and after that you read the translation by His Divine Grace Prabhupada. Then you must read the purport. You never skip the purport. So sometimes, if I have very limited time in Sunday class, I don't quote, I don't hold the Bhagavad Gita in my hand and I don't go through a particular verse. If I go through a particular verse, then we have to read the translation, we have to read the purport. Okay. And before you start saying anything, okay, before you start opening your mouth, Uma Gyan Timirandhasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshu Ulmitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guru Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pankum Langate Grim Yatkripata Dam Bande Shri Guru Bintaranam Pramananda Madhvam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram, and then Guru Pranam. Okay. Then after that, all the devotees you are assembled, you do pranams to them, take their blessings, and then we start talking. Okay. So this is the right mood. We have to set up the right mood before we give any class or any discourse in a spiritual subject. And that is called together, everything together, collectively, it's called Mangalacharan. And Mangalacharan has this theory aspect: Namaskar, Ashirvad, and Vastu Nirdesh. Are you clear? Satya Prabhu, clear?
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry, Prabhu. I was driving and I could not concentrate. Could you please repeat again this one?
Oh, you are also Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I was just, Prabhu Hare Krishna, I was just talking the protocol of how to give any classes, especially Bhagavatam class. When we are giving the Bhagavatam class, if you listen to Srila Prabhupada or Prabhupada's disciple, they will exactly follow this protocol. So we start with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times, then Bhagavatam prayers, and then after that we read the verse. We read verse 3 times. So you have to find the scale. You would see that sometimes devotee will once read the words only. Then second time they will put them in a meter. And twice they will read in the meter. And first time they have read just the word. So make sure that somehow or other 3 times you read the verse. And once you have read it, then request other devotees to chant that verse. First Prabhus, 1 or 2 Prabhus, if they have chanted, then ask if there is any Matadi who would like to chant the verse. And then once they have chanted, then you read the purport. Once purport is done, then now it's time for you to share your realization. So at that time, you do the Guru Pranam. Normally, the protocol is that you should do Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vastaya Bhutale Srimate Guru Maharaj, whatever, whoever is the Guru Maharaj, we say Radhanath Swami iti namine. But in a multi-diverse setup, normally we don't promote, our spiritual master. So we say Om Jnana Timandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. So while we are doing that, we are in fact thinking about our spiritual master, by the way. Om Jnana Timandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. This is Guru Pranams. So we are not calling the name of our spiritual master, but I'm thinking about my Guru Maharaj. And then we go Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamni. That goes to Srila Prabhupada. And then after that, another verse that goes to Srila Prabhupada. And then after that, Panchtattva prayers, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Then after that, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then we start getting into the discussion. That's the standard protocol. You'll see Prabhupada's classes, okay? You go to prabhupadavani.org, listen to Prabhupada's class. Prabhupada, it doesn't matter wherever he is, he will follow the protocol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. very first word should come. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this is all together. It's called Mangalacharan. And Mangalacharan we should do very nicely because we are sincerely praying for Ashirvad. We need Ashirvad, we need blessing, and we are doing Namaskar. And these two are needed so that we can talk about the subject. And subject is Krishna himself. Vastu Nirdesh is Krishna himself. We clear? And as I was also talking about it, I just want to repeat that it's very, very important. Your perfection is how much you are aligned with your acharyas. That's your perfection. How much you are aligned. Don't try to be too smart. Don't try to be too low. Just try to align. Just try. We don't imitate. We follow the footstep, and as much as possible, uh, just try to adhere to the teaching of Acharya. We don't unnecessarily concoct and say things based upon my, assumption. And that's your sincerity. What is the preparation that you have to do? You have to prepare to make sure that you are talking everything, but you are still talking from Acharya's teaching. Why? Because if you do that, that would help you first. First, first person who get benefited. Who is the first person who get benefited in any discourse? The person who is talking. Do you know that? In 10th canto of Bhagavatam, there is one verse, I think second chapter. There's people who are hearing, people who are talking, people who are asking questions. All these three people gets benefited. The person who is talking gets the most benefit because he is talking all the time. And then the person who is asking questions, he gets second most benefit. And then the person who is hearing, he gets the third benefit. So it's like that. So asking question is sign of intelligence. One should ask, to get, because if you cannot hear, then you cannot ask. So you have to understand. So uh, the person who is talking gets most of the benefit. So we are benefiting ourselves. Okay.
So,
By, yeah,
sorry. So this
ask.
Vastu Nirdesh, Prabhuji, um, defining the objective. So we say, okay, Om Ajnanati Mirandhasya. That is defining the objective kind of thing, right?
No, that is basically namaskar.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
we are doing namaskar and we are seeking the benediction to understand the Vastu Nirdesh.
Hmm. Okay. So what is Vastu Nirdeshang means? We are
Vastu
saying,
Nirdesh means to know Krishna. No,
yeah.
know about
So
Krishna. So
for
we
example,
cannot know about Krishna unless and until the Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakashito, right?
Mhm.
The divine wisdom is manifested in our heart by Guru, by spiritual master, or by devotee.
Okay. Okay. So it's like Sambandh Abhideh Prayojan type of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Pariyojana is the goal. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Pariyojana is the Vastu Nirdesh. Yes.
Okay. And some,
And
yeah.
Asirvad Namaskar is both Sambandha and Avidya. I don't know which one is Sambandha. There is some overlap, but
Mm.
yes, that's what it is. Okay, Prabhu?
So blessing is nothing but we are seeking their mercy, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Mercy of Prabhupada and spiritual master and all other gurus.
And obeisance is like the water will flow from higher to lower. So yeah, obeisance we are lowering ourselves so that, yeah, and
Praying, right, right.
yeah, yeah. Mhm. Praying, yeah.
That please help me, please guide me.
Yes, yes.
That's
Thank
also
you.
sign of humility, right?
Yes, yes.
If you are humble, doesn't matter how learned you are, you would say that please help me. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So That is, I know
Yeah,
few
many
details.
many things we may know, but we may not realize.
Realize it. Yes.
Mm.
So realization comes by mercy of
Mhm.
Guru and Sadhu. Yes, Prabhu. Parrot,
Yeah.
Ram, 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 but they don't know what they're talking about. So this realization comes only by Guru and Krishna.
Mhm.
Guru, Krishna, and Sadhu. Shastra will help you also. Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. That's how you have to see. So when we say Krishna, we're talking about Sadhu, and Krishna means Sadhu and Shastra and Guru. So yes, that's why in devotional service, one of the things that we have to remember is that we are the beggar. If that is not the mood, then we are not getting it right. We are beggar. No, you cannot, we cannot demand, can only command. And it takes time to learn. But is good enough?
Guruji, I'm not sure this is a good question or bad question, but offering obeisances to Guru, Krishna, and devotees. The order I was thinking has any significance like Guru, Krishna, and then devotee, or devotee, Guru, and then Krishna? I don't know. It's a question.
First Guru.
Yes, Prabhuji.
First and foremost Guru. Then devotee. Then Krishna. First Guru. First word Guru. Because Guru is the one who teaches us who is Sadhu and who is,
Lord, Bhagwan.
yeah, how you would know about Krishna. Prabhupada is teaching us, right? So first pranam goes to Guru.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wonderful.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we will further
Yeah.
discuss what is this Vastu Nirdesha and all, right, Prabhu? Means the Mangalacharan.
As Mangalacharan has this theory part.
So we will discuss what is that Vastu Nirdesha goes into that particular part. And
So Vastu Nirdesh is basically the objective, and objective of all the discussions that we do is Krishna. So that's what we have been talking, that Krishna himself is the Prayojana or Vastu Nirdesh.
no, Mangalacharan means actually
Prayers. Mangalacharan means prayers. Auspicious prayers. That's all, Mataji. Mangalacharan is, Mangala means, auspicious, right?
yeah.
So that's what it is.
Normally for in the ISKCON, whenever the Mangalacharan means the starting Mangalacharan means normally we'll start Agnanatimirandas and all will
Yeah.
right those prayers.
Yeah.
Suppose if you take that example, which word we are saying was is it like a
The verse that you read in Srimad Bhagavatam, that verse is talking about Krishna or his bhakti. So in the beginning we do namaskar. As we are doing the namaskar, we are seeking Asirvad. We do namaskar to seek the Asirvad, right? You say Hare Krishna, somebody will say Hare Krishna, like that. And then finally, all of namaskar and Asirvads are being done to understand the Vastu Nirdesh.
Jai. Is there a protocol to end also the lecture? I mean, this.
Yeah, say Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai, yes. Always. Assemble Bhaktavind ki jai, always. Always either, pray to the Guru or to the devotees who are there. So Bhagavatam is considered as none different than Krishna. You know that, right? Bhagavatam is Grantha avatar of Krishna. Krishna personally incarnated as Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is Krishna. And then the multiple cantos of Bhagavatam that we have, they are compared with different limbs of Krishna's body. So this is the verse that I would like to recite. Padau यदियौ प्रथमा द्वितीयौ तृतीया तुरौ कथितौ यदुरु नाभिस्तथा पंचम एव शास्त्रो भुजानतारम शोल्जर दोर्जुगलम तथा यानौ कंठस कंठा कंठास्तु राजन नवमो यदीयौ मुखारविंदम दस्मः प्रफुल्लम मुखारविंदम लोटस फेस एकादशो 11 एकादशो यस्य ललाटपाटम forehead शिरो अपि तु द्वादश एव भाति so padau yadiyau padau means feet so Krishna every human being has 2 feet so Krishna's feet both first and second feet they are like first and second canto tritiya turau third and fourth is uru yad uru thighs so first and 2 verse are like Krishna's lotus feet third and fourth first and 2 cantos sorry I don't know what I was saying and third and fourth cantos so 12 cantos of Bhagavatam right Prabhu
Yes.
so first 2 cantos and we'll talk about that it's also called prelude and all of that we'll get into that later but for now as we compare these cantos with Krishna's body third and fourth tritiya turau turau means 4 is Krishna's thigh or Krishna's thigh and then navis tatha panchama and fifth canto is Krishna's navel eva sasto panchamo eva sasto bhujanataram so 6 cantos are Krishna's chest and 7 and 8 cantos are Krishna's arms 7 8 9 is throat kanthas Turajan Navamo Yadiyo. So ninth cantos are compared with throat and Mukharavindam Dasamah Prafullam. Mukharavindam. Beautiful lotus face is how it's translated here. So 10th canto is Krishna's lotus feet, lotus face. And 11th canto Ekadaso Lalat Patam, forehead, Lalat. So 11th canto is compared with Krishna's forehead and Dwadasa 12th canto is Shiru Api, Krishna's head. So Srila Prabhupada has spoken at multiple places that first 9 canto 1 to 9 these cantos gives us the Aishwarya Gyan, opulence knowledge, opulence about Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna has spoken about his Vibhuti Yogam, which is basically opulence, how opulent Krishna is. So when we study Lord Braha pastime in 3rd canto or Lord Kapila pastime in 3rd canto, Devahuti and Vidura is talking to Maitreya in 3rd canto, or in 4th canto when we are talking about Dhruv Maharaj pastime, or in 5th canto when we are talking about creation, Asthanam, Bhumandala, and its division and all of that, All of those are in fact talking about Krishna's and his pastime. So I can tell you one thing. When I came to Krishna consciousness, I was very interested. I wanted to read Bhagavatam. Okay, so I would open the book, and I had heard that Prabhupada wanted uh, devotees to read from beginning. Then I started reading, and I would lose taste. I would not connect. Why suddenly it's Lord Brahma? He's talking about Lord Brahma. I want to hear about Lord Krishna, But then later, Prabhupada said that Lord Brahma or other pastimes of Supreme Personality of uh, Godhead. So if we are hearing about Vaman Dev or Nrsimha Dev or Brahadev or Krishna's Matsya Avatar, one should not think that this is not about Krishna. It's all about opulence of Krishna. So Krishna can appear in different form, and based upon time, place, and circumstances, based upon the requirement for that particular pastime, he will manifest his opulence. So although Krishna will come as Narsimha, but he can show all the qualities of a complete man. You know? So he will come as Lord Ramchandraji, but one should not think that he is going to be limited like you and I are. Okay, so these pastimes are, in one sense, helping us understand how opulent Krishna is. He can take the form of a boar and then go beneath the patala, go into the Garbhodaka ocean, and then from the bottom of that ocean, carry the earth on his tusk. So that's Krishna. Krishna doing like that. So all of these cantos, as we are studying, each and every verse that we are studying, we should not think that this is talking something else. It's very, very important. So the very first verse will say, you know, Janmadhyasya Dha. Oh, who is this person who is cause of all the creation, maintenance, and destruction? Krishna. So Prabhupada said that in each and every verse, Bhagavatam, Krishna is being talked. It's nothing but glorification of Krishna. But no, it's normally not understood like that. I at least did not understand. I thought, when I would get into third canto and this whole creation, I was, Sankhya Yoga, it was too much for me to digest. Because why we are talking about this whole thing? But then later I understood that, oh, Krishna can come as Karnodakshai Vishnu, and then he can expand as Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and then he can expand as Chiyodakshai Vishnu, and then he can get into your body, my body, and everybody's body, and serve as Paramatma. So if you understand this whole coming from Krishna and Krishna's pastime, then you enjoy it. You know that wow, how powerful Krishna is. And our acharyas have said that to understand 10th canto, okay, when Krishna is dealing with gopis. Now, ordinarily, common man, they don't understand pastime of Krishna. How there many people, the moral people, how it's possible that Krishna is dancing with somebody else's wife? That's how they think. How it's possible that somebody else's wife is coming out in the night to see Krishna? How God can do? So these things doesn't appear so-called moral based upon our definition. Why? Because we have not understood the other opulences of Krishna's. When Krishna says that Amayansa Jiva Loka Jiva Buddha Sanatana, everything is my part and parcel. So he is not like somebody else. He's not going to mingle with somebody else's wife. And then we hear, oh, all of these gopis are great rishis. They have done years and years of tapasya to see Krishna in that mood. So 10th canto is basically samam bonam, as Prabhupada has said multiple times. And we have to understand other cantos very carefully to understand 10th canto. And then 11th canto is nothing but the teaching of Krishna. So once we know Krishna, then we can understand his teaching. Similar to what we see in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is talking to Arjun. In 11th canto, Krishna will talk to Uddhav. So the prominent content or subject of 11th canto is Uddhav Gita. And then 12th canto is talking about this age of Kali. So with all of this background, now we have all of that knowledge. We know the Supreme Lord Krishna and his teaching. Then we are preparing ourselves in the age of Kali so that we can save ourselves from the Kali Shakti. By chanting name of Krishna, by taking shelter of Krishna, and all the destructions. What are different types of pralaya? All of that are the subject of 12 canto, which is helping us understand how we should deal ourselves. Okay, so that's how it goes. Why it's very important? Because if you don't understand this flow, then you would not be able to. You will see prathak prathak. You cannot connect.
Mm.
You cannot connect these stories. Why Braha story has to do what he had to do with Krishna, or what Bamandev has to do with Krishna, or what Narasimhadev has to. You don't understand why. Gajendra is being protected. What it has to do? Krishna is giving protection. So it's very, very important that we relish Vivitam Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Drinking the nectar that's coming out of Bhagavatam. And how we release that, if we understand, if we understand what we are um, dealing with, then with all of that knowledge, when we go to 10th canto, we understand Krishna's dealing. And then when we understand Krishna's dealing, Krishna's opulence, then we can understand Krishna's teaching. In fact, in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given the definition of when bhakti begins. Anybody know that verse? What is that verse? Very simple verse. You know the
Bhaktya
verse?
Janati. 1855, Bhaktya Mama Bijana.
56.
56, okay. Mm. So,
Brahmut Prasanatma, I believe.
okay.
Right?
Brahma Bhuta Prasanna. No.
Where is the,
56 is Sarv Karmani Api.
okay, which verse is Brahmut Prasanatmana Sochtina Kanchati? 7,
that is
8? Or which verse is that?
54. 54.
54,
54,
right?
Prabhuji.
Somewhere around 50. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. So that's the verse. That's the verse where Krishna says, Brahmut Prasanatmana Sochitina Kanchati, Samas Sarvesu Bhutesu Mat Bhakti Lavte Param. Oh, 18th chapter, Krishna has spoken everything.
Yeah.
And now 18th chapter, he is saying that Mat Bhakti Lavte Param. My bhakti will begin. When? When you come to this stage of Brahmut Prasanatma, na Sochiti na Kanchati. There is no lamentation and there is no overthinking. What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? What will happen? It says Brahmut Prasanatma. You know what is Brahmut? Anybody knows what is the meaning of the term Brahmut? Brahmut means self-realize. Brahm is Lord, Brahman, right?
Yeah.
Bhuta means, the one who knows, the one who is aware. So Brahmut, the one who is self-realized, Prasanatma is very happy. And once we are self-realized, once we are very happy, na sochati na kanchati. There is no overthinking. there is no lamentation. And then Krishna says, Mad Bhakti Labde Pram. Then at that stage, my devotion will begin. So now the question comes that are we really doing bhakti at this point? We are preparing. No, I'm not trying to offend anybody, please forgive me.
Mm.
But really we are preparing ourselves. Still we are in, Prabhupada said that, taking shower, right? So although we say that we all are bhakta, we compare ourselves with the bhakta with Prahlad Maharaj, we think that we have become Prahlad Maharaj and all of that. Not to discourage, for sure. As you are preparing, you know, you are you are basically the holder of, so in 10th you are preparing for the 10th class, so you are in the 10th class, right? But have you passed the exam? No, unless until you pass the exam. So it's like that. So
Mm.
I'm not saying that we are not a devotee because we are preparing. That's not the point. But how sincerely, also we are preparing. 10th class means thousands, millions of students, and all of them have different degree of sincerity. you know all of them are preparing to pass the exam. Some of them are very sincere, very well prepared, and they
Mm.
can quickly write the exam and get through it. Some of them they might not pass. Some of them oh, it's too much exam, I cannot get into this exam thing. So understand from that example. Okay,
Mm.
I'm giving that example. So multiple points I'm trying to make here. The first point I'm trying to make is that we have to understand these cantos very, very carefully. Don't think that it's easy. Oh, I have read it. No. Anytime you read, every time you read, you will find something that you haven't noticed before. This will help us understand the higher and higher subject. This will help us understand this Vastu Nirdesh. Now, you understand why we are emphasizing too much on this. Because this subject of Krishna, knowing subject of Krishna is not easy. Krishna says that Bahunam Jarmanamante Gyanwan Mam Prapadyante Vasudevam Sarvamiti Samahatma Durlabha. It's very easy. You got it. Just chant name of Krishna once. All the Prabhupada said that Kalikale Nam Rupe, Krishna Avatar, all of that we know. But still, do we have that sincerity? Are we making that endeavor? Okay. So it's very, very important that when we are studying Srimad Bhagavatam, we have the right mood and we respect each and every verse that's coming in our way and we release that. So with that background, I would like to at least finish this chapter, this slide today. So this slide is basically talking about very first chapter of Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1. Title of that chapter is Questions by the Sages. So I'll talk about this background. But this chapter has first 3 verses which are called prelude verse. Prelude. And these verses are very, very potent, very rich verses, because these are really going to set us up that what we are going to see, what we are going to see next. So just to tell one story, that Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj, he kept on giving class on the very first words of
Mm.
first canto, Janmadhyasya Ataha, for many years. And every day he'll say something else and he keep on talking, talking, talking. So that's the richness of these verses. So 1 to 3 verses are prelude. In Sanskrit it's called Pratmika, introductory verses. But these verses, the first verse will talk about who the Vastu Nirdesh of the Bhagavatam is. What is the subject? Okay. So first verse itself will tell us. That's why we introduced this term Vastu Nirdesh. That the very first verse will tell what is the subject of entire Bhagavatam. Okay. And the subject of the Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. Krishna is the subject. Okay. So each and every verse that we are reading about Krishna. And then the second verse talks about what Bhagavatam does. when you study Bhagavatam, what it does, Dharma Projita कहता हुआ, all that cheating religion is abandoned. The cheating propensity that living entity has, that is completely vanquished by studying Srimad Bhagavatam. That's the benefit by studying Bhagavatam. So we should read on, keep on reading, and when through the reading process, through the process of releasement, if we purify ourselves, then we release Bhagavatam more. So Nitya Bhagavat Sevayam, we always want to serve Bhagavatam, and then Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. We drink that ocean of rasa. So Bhagavatam is extremely powerful book. And then after these 3 verses, actual discussion begins, where sages are gathered in Naimisaranya, and then they are talking to each other that who should be the person who should talk about Srimad Bhagavatam, and they decide that Sutta Goswami should be the person who should tell them about Bhagavatam. And as they are talking, the sages are asking 6 questions to Sutta Goswami. Okay, very powerful, powerful, powerful questions. So these verses under chapter 1 are very deep, very deep verses, and we can keep on talking, keep on talking, keep on talking, keep on talking. But I'm not gonna do that. I'll just for sure I'll take a little bit more time than normal, normal time that I take for 1 or 2 verses to talk about. But we'll see some of the dissection or the way it is presented and spoken by our acharyas. So that's what we'll do through these verses. So from next class, we'll start getting into very first verse and I start talking about it. But for now, if there is any questions, I would love to take that. Yes, anything anybody has?
Prabhuji, regarding Canto 1 to 9, you mentioned about Aishwarya Gyan, these these 9 verses, 9 cantos talks about. And I think I missed that. What all the Aishwarya Gyan covers?
Oh, sorry, I had somebody calling me, so I had to I was started, I was looking at my phone, one devotee is calling from somewhere else. Yes, so if I hear you correctly, are you asking me what is Aishwarya Gyan?
Yes, because you mentioned 1 to 9 cantos talks about Aishwarya Gyan. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think I might have missed that you when we were talking or
yeah,
describing.
king has, Aishwarya means opulence, Prabhu. So king has opulence, when king is coming, you remember, in Mahabharata they say that Maharaj, Mahadipati, right? Samrat,
पधार रहे हैं
Dhritarashtra, or whoever is the king is padhar rahe hain, right? Or
Yes,
Bhishpitama is padhar rahe hain, right? But
yeah.
how many people are doing like that to you and I? So that's Aishwarya. Talking about, how powerful Bhishpitama is, Bhishpitama uh, can defeat anybody, Arjuna can defeat. So talking about their opulences, when we normally say, what is your resume? Remember, this Prabhu is, MBBS. He has done MBBS from top 5 University of North America, and he's heart surgeon, and he has done a multiple training how to do successful surgery and all of that, right? So
Mhm.
those are the things that we are talking about. It's basically uh, about your opulences. Prabhu is very learned, he's Sanskrit scholar. When somebody is being introduced that this person has given TEDx class, he has been to Harvard, right? Why? Because you want to tell other that who you are going to listen, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Who
Okay.
you are going to listen to. So please, so that's what it is, telling the opulences. He has millions dollar, in bank account, and not only one account, but he has hundreds of the account, and each account has at least $10 million, something like that, right? So that's then people say, oh, he's very wealthy, right? Just by knowing your uh, bank deposits in 10 banks, 10 million each, I would know you are very rich. So likewise, when we are hearing the pastime of Varahadev or pastime of Vamandev, we know Vamandev can be, dwarf, but in 3 step, he can cover the entire. So who can do that? Krishna can do that. In 3 step, he can cover the entire Bhumandala, entire the material universe. Done. Over. So that's a Swarya. Oh, is you talking about this person? Oh my God, this person is very powerful. In 3 steps, he can get everything done. Right? That's opulence. Right, Prabhu?
Okay, so got it, Prabhu. Yeah.
Something like that.
And Samam Bonam is again, it's talking about the Krishna only. He's the ultimate source and inner,
Yeah.
for energy. Is it not the opulence? I mean, I'm trying to,
No, opulence is not the real identity of a person. An
okay,
example Prabhupada gave that there was one judge, judge, like High Court judge. So High Court judge is very prestigious position, right? Extremely prestigious position. Person who is High Court judge, is highly respected. So this person was at his house and somebody came to meet him. Then he was told that right now the judge is very busy. He's doing something very, very important. So he should wait. He must wait. He cannot meet the judge right now. So being judge, High Court judge is somebody's opulence. But what he was doing, they found out that he was playing with his grandson and he was becoming hoarse, and his grandson was on top of him, and he was walking like a horse, and his grandson was beating fast, fast, fast. Normally play, right? Move fast, Baba, move fast, Baba. So that's Madhurya. So opulence is definitely not the final identity. You have all of these, potency. As a devotee, you are very powerful, extremely powerful, extremely powerful. But at the same time, you are very humble. So humility is your main quality. Oh, your humility becomes even much powerful with all of the power if you show the humility, right? क्षमा शोभते उस भुजंग को जिसके पास गरल हो. There is one poet in Hindi, Ramadhari Siddhankar. He wrote a beautiful poem, Birras. He said that is to forgiveness looks very good to those snake क्षमा शोभते उस भुजंग को जिसके पास गड़ल हो, means to that snake that has poison. So like, cobra will look at it. Cobra will bite, in 1 minute he will die. Cobra will say that I don't want to bite. Just let it go. Right? So that type of forgiveness is real forgiveness. Okay? Not to the one who does not have any poison, cannot do anything. So when Krishna is punishing somebody, you would know that what is the meaning of the punishment. When we say that when all the soldier and people who got killed in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, they all got liberated. How? Keep on talking, and still he would not understand why. But if you understand this pastimes of Ishwarya, then you would know it's possible. Krishna can do it. It's Krishna is Param Bhagwan, Swam Bhagwan. You know, he does not have enemy. He does not have competition with anybody. So like that. So real quality is not the Ishwarya. Real quality is humility. So that is why not to criticize, but that is why Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because although he has all the opulences, but he still releases Madhurya in Golok Vrindavan. What is the Rasa in Golok Vrindavan? Madhurya Rasa, where Krishna is considered nobody. None of these Gopa and Gopis think that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know that, right? They think that Krishna is like one of them, and they do everything with Krishna, thinking that Krishna is one of them. But the same Krishna, when he comes in Vaikuntha, then awe and reverence. Sadhan, king is coming, Maharaj Vishnu is coming, everybody will get their position. Lord Vishnu, Mahalakshmi, Mahavishnu is coming. That's Aishwarya. Okay, Prabhu, we'll talk about it. I have a presentation. I'll give you how is the structure of the different planets and how Krishna is worshipped on those planets. So was there enough? Good enough to understand?
Prabhuji, thank you, Prabhuji. Very good.
Thank you. I think we should adjourn here today, and I'll see you all next Saturday. I have somebody else trying to get hold of me. Thank you so much. Vansh kalpataru bhesa kripa sindhu bhayavasya patitanam pavane vaishnava namo namah anant koti vaishnava vrind ki jai. Oh, Santa Mataji, you have something? You have raised your hand. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Yes, Prabhu, for me, the basic questions, what are the references, Prabhu? Now, if I wanted to follow whatever means, I wanted to read little more, whatever you told us today, what are our references? I think the SB Srimad Bhagavatam introduction and chapter 1 just you introduced, but we discussed about the Krishna's different parts and Mangalacharan and all. So what is the reference I can go and study for
Oh, you were
something?
saying that what you want to study?
Yeah.
I request that everybody should read the introduction first.
Yes, Prabhu, but in the introduction, is it covers this Bhagavad Krishna parts and all, no, right?
There'll be some discussion, but not necessarily, because many of the discussions that you would see, the slide that you would see, is coming from multiple places. Sometimes, my thought process also to little bit emphasize the content of the discussion, the context that we have, to emphasize that, it's not completely my creation, but coming from different places to emphasize the context.
Yeah. Got it, Prabhu. This Krishna parts and all, I think Manohar Prabhu provided something, Padma Puran. I don't know. I'll
It's
get that
coming from
link.
Padma. That's
Yeah.
correct.
But do we get any notes or anything? Like, just I'm trying to see for this,
You have
some
to
of the
listen. Yeah,
experience.
no, that's fine. Normally, you listen the audio or the recorded class that we have, and everything is being shown there. If you like to make a note, I personally like and I personally expect that devotees should be making notes. If you take it very simple, then it's not good. If you want to learn, then you should be making sure that you're understanding the good points that you are hearing. So if I provide everything, then it becomes very easy also. So there is some expectations because this is Bhakti Vaibhav course, very advanced course.
Yeah, we are writing notes, Prabhu. Just I'm
Okay.
trying to see where I can read some things.
Yeah,
That is my
Prabhupada's,
limited question.
the reading that is expected for this course is Bhagavatam. Nothing more. We don't expect you to read anything outside. Bhagavatam, if we read, I expected that devotee who are doing Bhakti Sasi, they should read Bhagavad Gita thoroughly. But I don't know how many of those and how many they retained. So there is not much reading that has to happen. I'll send you the homework materials, and for that you'll have to research a little bit, but mostly reading Prabhupada's purport and a little bit about Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary also, especially in the very first verse. Some of the definitions and citation that we'll have, reference that we'll have is coming from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. But mostly Prabhupada's Bhagavatam purport will answer you most of the questions. That's what you were asking. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Dandavats. Hare Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Dandavats. Hare Krishna.